Hey, Steve Basic Architect. Yeah, we are out at our Build Show Build Boston site. Check that out. Siding's coming along nicely. Figured we'd take a walk along the outside here and maybe walk inside and give you some progress updates. I don't have a camera person this weekend, so you get me behind the camera, but we got some good things to talk about. First thing, let's take a look at this. Notice the driveway. We've brought our grade up. We still have a little bit more work to do. Site excavator here is doing their work, but there's probably a good 3 feet plus distance. The house is literally up on a landscaped pedestal, if you will. And for those of you, that are into design principles, one of the design principles is that elevated things have a sense of importance, right? If we look through history at, say, the Greek temples, they're always on a series of steps that go up to some platform. So when you approach them, not only do you have to climb up to them, but you have to look up to them. And when you look up to something, it has a sense of importance, right? When you look at public statues, usually they're on some kind of pedestal. They're not on the ground. We don't look at them, we look up at them. And looking up gives us that kind of sense of importance. Capitol building, courthouses, they all have the same kind of sense of importance. Now, I'm not trying to say our Build Show Build Boston project is equal to a Greek temple or a courthouse. But what I'm saying is that when you drive up here and I have to look up at the house, that's different than if the driveway was up here and I was looking across at the house, the way the old driveway was on the house that was here. This has a sense of importance to it by having to look up at it. And we'll have some stairs that get built into the landscape down there that bring you from the driveway up, but we can walk up here and get a little closer look here. This is all Allura siding. That's in olive color and iron ore. The iron ore is at 6 inches to the weather. The olive is 4 inches to the weather. So they're coordinated so that every other course of the iron ore coordinates with 3 courses of the olive, and you can see that there, that we have our alignment with every other course of the iron ore. We have our Schuko windows in. Notice we have some lights in our soffit. The soffit panels are also Allura. The stepped fascia is a product called Acre. It's made by a company, Modern Mills. I believe they're down in Mississippi is their factory. It's a rice hull product. So it's all recycled content there. And it looks good. It can be made to be stained and or painted. So coming around here, remember the partie of the house was a sense of a series of, or village of buildings. So we have green here, we have the iron ore there. This whole front entry bump is going to be that same Acre product in a kind of a little wider than normal nickel gap. We see here, we have our zip rain screen, and that is basically, if we take this, you can see there is kind of a coated wire mesh that is a standoff, and you can see the squares there. So it basically holds that off of the wall. So now any water that comes off of our sill, and remember, when we did the installation of the windows, you can see we have our drainage system to a back dam, but that's going to be able to flow right down into that system and then flow right off the bottom. So that's their zip rain screen. We have our large overhang here. like I said, the whole soffit on this, as well as the walls, are going to be that acre product. And then as we come down here, we have more of the green Allura, but we also have that large body in the iron ore that basically sets the stage for this acre product to be out in front of it, right? So you're going to have these three corners here that are all three different materials. And then you can see here we have our olive drab as well as the iron ore. This was one of those areas where this was a little bit of a challenge of what color do we make this versus that? Are they the same color? And, you know, we went through a whole bunch of different scenarios, but you can see there's a little margin board up in that corner there that allows us to basically show this lower portion as a different massing than the larger upper portion there. And you can see here as we walk along here, you know, our grade pretty much planes out to the driveway here, where when I spin around and look, you can see where we have that elevation difference on the house down to the driveway there. So, and then of course we have our windows here. These are going to get, we're awaiting some granite blocks that will frame those out, and we'll be able to bring this grade up just a little bit more there. And then coming across here, you know, we have more lights in our soffit, our Schuko windows. I'll take you around the corner. I thought this was an interesting concept. You can see the large stone in the corner, and you're probably wondering, okay, why do we want to put that stone in the corner? Well, the site contractor did it so that no box trucks are ever going to challenge that corner of the soffit. He made it so that by putting that stone there, that if you dodged the stone and went around it, then you would clear that. So we're not in any way challenging that soffit. So again, this is that Allura product. This is the iron ore in color. And you'll see when we turn the corner here, we've also made some progress in that. Our garage doors have been installed. So those are going to stay that natural color. They have a frosted glass on the side. But you can see how that massing color changes. And then of course, we have the three doors there. So anyways, I'll give you a shot down the driveway. We'll close this out. I'm going to go around back and we'll pick up another video, and we'll talk about the progress around the back of the house. So I'll see you there in the next video.